about the most surprising? I'm going to go with somebody that's a little bit out there, and you probably didn't think about it, but I'm going to go with DePaul at 7-0. I'm kind of shocked at how smooth they've been. That is a team with Isaiah Rivera, who I know they haven't played anybody, but they look so much cleaner as a program. So, Chris Holtman, I see you, and I'm going to go DePaul basketball.
I love it. I love Holt, man. I love seeing him have some success there. It's hey, look, the Big East needs every damn win that they can get right now. They need it badly. For me, the most surprising team has been Wisconsin, and I did not think that I had basically no expectations for Wisconsin. I was like, yeah, maybe they got a chance to get to the tournament. If I squint my eyes and I can see it a little bit, they got NIL issues. There's reasons why Chucky Hepburn is at Louisville right now and not at Wisconsin, and I think it has a lot to do with the paychecks that he was going to be able to go out there and get. But John Tonji's been awesome. Stephen Crowell's been really good. John Blackwell took a step forward this season. They're getting up and down the floor. They're scoring. I did not have Wisconsin turning into an offensive juggernaut in my playbook for 2024. But here we are, man. They won the whatever that event was that Matt McCall was broadcasting at the Greenbrier something or other. By the way, there was a bulldog sitting on a throne in the corner of that gym. Like, that was everything I love about NTEs. Like, it's just like the most random assortment of people in that crowd. And oh, by the way, we have 2 top 25 teams out here going to war on this court.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I actually had 2. You guys had choices that they were contemplating those 2 teams, but I'm gonna go Oklahoma and Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 2 teams that you weren't sure how good either of them was going to be, and I don't think anybody had Oklahoma winning, beating Providence, then beating Arizona, and then beating Louisville. And credit to those guys. I look forward to seeing those guys this week too. So Oklahoma and then Pittsburgh. Nobody expected much out of Pittsburgh, and you can make an argument that
you did. You did. I'll give you credit. You did. You saw Jalen Lowe and Ishmael Leggett coming, man.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of those guys. They're getting it done. And right now with the ACC struggling early, Pitt's been probably the most consistent team. Obviously, we know Duke's talented in the schedule that they played. And that Auburn game coming up this week is going to be massive. That SEC challenge, it means a lot. It's going to show a lot. And right now, the ACC is taking a lot of hits coming into this, and it hadn't been the best November. So we're going to see how the ACC responds with this challenge, because I think they're going to do better than people think.
All right, it's our Saturday superlatives. We've talked about the best team, the most surprising. How about the most disappointing up to this point? I think a good candidate would be a team we've talked about today in Houston, who's sitting there just one game over 500. They don't have a Jamal Shed kind of player. They don't have that guy that's going to go take over to win a game. Maybe a bit concerning, a touch over 500. So I think I might stick with them. But that's a team that entered the week number 6. But Randolph, who are you going to go with as your most disappointing team so far?
I'm not gonna bother Houston too much, because I think they lost to 3 really good teams, right? So I'm not. Do they have Shed? No. I'm going to go with Jeff Goodman, Arizona Wildcats. I know if Jeff wants me to go Indiana, but I ain't going to Indiana. I'm going to say it's Wildcats, who are top 10 in the country right now. They got some question marks, some things they got to get back to Arizona and figure out. So that'll be the team that I'm shocked the most with and disappointed with so far.
Are you guys trolling me right now? Are you really going to make me be the one to say this guy? It's UConn. Like, it is obviously UConn.
Yes.
UConn is the most disappointing team in college basketball, right? They got issues at the point. They got issues at the 5. They got issues defending. They got issues with their coach losing his mind on the sideline.
I was going to say, they got issues on the bench. He's nuts.
Their trainers running their mouth to the coaches and getting technical fouls. Like, there's a lot going on over there. What I will say is this: I think some of those issues are really fixable, and I think what happened in Maui is that you had 3 games in 3 days. Memphis kind of exposed what those issues were. I think UConn. I think the one critique I would have is that UConn did not schedule anybody before Maui, so they kind of like coast by on the fact that they're more talented than the teams that they were playing. Then they got to Maui, and they didn't really have someone punch them in the mouth before they got there. Then they got punched in the mouth, and they didn't have a chance to be able to like practice and fix the issues that they had. So I think they'll figure some of that out. But I mean, they're getting thrown right back to the fire, man. You got Baylor at home, at Texas, Gonzaga, and then it's Big East play starts. So I'll also just throw Arkansas in the mix. Like,
yeah,
the performance against Illinois was just embarrassing, man. Like, I don't get it, right? Like, every single possession in that second half, Illinois did the same thing. They ran a high ball screen at you, right? They put either Yakashonis or Kai Boswell in a high ball screen with Tomislav Ivisic, and Arkansas did the same thing over and over and over again. They put him in drop. Like, the one thing that you have to know about Illinois heading into that matchup is you can't play drop coverage against Kasparas Yakashonis because he absolutely shreds it. He murders it. He's as good as anybody against drop coverage. And you know what they did? They played drop against him every single time. It's like, are you guys even preparing? Like, what are you watching? What kind of adjustments are you making here? Like, you got the athletes. Maybe just try to like switch everything 1 through 5 and see what happens, right? Put Trevon Brazile at the 5, switch everything 1 through 5, and shit, maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't, but you gave up 1.3 points per possession in ball screens against them doing what you were trying to do. Like, it wasn't working. What's the definition of insanity, RC? Doing the same thing over and over and over again and it not working, and you keep doing, like, it's just.
Hey, Rob, it's too early. It's too late at night and too early in the season to be talking about a Cal's ball screen defense again. Like, oh, this is what we're doing again? Because that seems like we were just talking about this before. Like, we're gonna do this ball screen. If you want to beat them, you want to beat Kentucky a year ago, put them in the middle ball screen. So, listen.
Hey, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, huh?